helix, a double helix DNA. If you open the DNA, you're still going to have what we call the what we call the protein, that is the amino acids and the proteins. And then by the time you now go back, you open it more, you are going to be seeing molecules. So all these molecules combine together through what we call, some could be but they are held together by a simple force. Either some are they could be the hydrogen force or van der Waals force hold them together. So all the information from molecules to proteins, and there is peptides, peptide to proteins, they are all able to form what we call the nucleosomes, which they wrap up together to form what we call the chromosome or the chromatins. So what I'm trying to say that during mitosis, all these things they will open up and share the material, which is the hereditary materials. When you do clinical chemistry, they will analyze these genetic materials to you to understand even more. But what our concern here is that these are during mitosis. These are where all the informations are gathered, shared, and then positioned for you to behave in a particular way to look alike. Like this is from here we can distinguish what we call the genotype and the phenotype. Phenotype is when I look at you, I would know, okay, no, this is Andrew is from West Africa. Andrew, you look at your colleague, you say, okay, no, this is Rwandese by the way you look at it. What you can see and differentiate is known as is the phenotype. And what you cannot see is also the genotype. The genotype you have to analyze to see the genotype, but the phenotype is what you can physically see and differentiate. But the key point here is that this is where this is a simple illustration to tell you what is happening within mitosis. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Is it clear? Okay, fine. Remember, we started by gametogenesis, which is the development of the male and female gametes. Then I said that gametogenesis would not work when there is no mitosis. I now say that mitosis is a process of sharing the same chromosomal material to, to form two daughter cells. These two daughter cells, they can be that of the male, which is a spermatozoa, or the ovum or ova of the female. Then I now explain further. I said within the mitosis, there are exchange of material that are supposed to be established so that you continue another generation. This generation is what makes we to look alike and also different. The looking alike is the genotype which we all carry almost the same genotype, but we carry what we call the phenotype, which is different. Looking at me and looking at yourself, you can see there's a difference. As long as you can differentiate a difference, that is what is called phenotype. But the difference you cannot detect because you can say, yes, we are all human beings, we're supposed to have a conscience, we're supposed to behave normal, we're supposed to control ourselves. All those things are the genotype. Anything that happened to you can happen to me. If you have pain, I can have pain. That is genotype. But you cannot see it except you experiment it. But what you can see, I look at you, I say, no, you are from the northern province. You look at me, say, no, I am from West Africa. That is phenotype. So all these material are within the chromosome. And mitosis tries to make ensure that these material are accurate, are in complete number, which is the we have the 46 of, is it 46, right? Is it 46 chromosome? Do we have the number of genes are how many?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it
46 chromosomes.
46 chromosome? Wait, and then out of the 46 chromosome, we have two that are sex chromosome, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to explain, that mitosis is to ensure the complete numbers of those chromosomes. That is what happened during mitosis. Is that clear?
Yes,
Jeez.
sir.
Yes.
If the problem starts when there is a problem with mitosis, that is where we begin to have abnormalities. When there's a problem with mitosis, then there will be there will be phenolitic difference. Sometimes you can see somebody having four, 5 fingers, six. Normal finger is supposed to be five, but you can see somebody having 7 fingers, somebody having 6 fingers, which is what we call it polydactyly. So uh, the number increase. That means that there's a problem during mitosis. Is that clear? So next, we have are you seeing the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
here,
Yes.
yeah, I prefer using illustration, drawing to explain so many things. I can talk many things, but with the drawing, everybody can understand. I can summarize it in a very short way and in a clean, very, very short. What you're seeing on this slide is the double X chromosome from the female and the XY chromosome from the male. Is that clear?
Yes, Rector.
Yes.
Yep.
And from what you are seeing here, who can tell me any who can say something? Anybody can say something? Can anybody say something from this slide? Okay, I continue. I continue. Can you say some? Can you look at this slide and say something? Who is ready to say
Lecture,
something?
lecture. We're just seeing the chromosome for the male and for the female, and that's it.
How do you feel on what you are saying? How do you feel?
How do we feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? That's what I'm trying to. What you're saying. How do you feel? What is it telling you something? Okay, what I want to explain is that we have, if you can see the double X chromosome, which is for the female. You see the one X chromosome and one X and one Y for the male. Have you ever heard where they say that the male is the determinant Is male determine the sex?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I was expecting to see or hear from you, I wanted you to say that, teacher, based on what I am seeing on the chromosome, I can now believe that it is the male who determine the sex. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. We're about
It
to say
is.
that.
Any question? Any confusion?
A confusion.
Yeah.
I have a
There is
confusion.
there is confusion.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Then let's share the confusion so that you are. I don't want my student to be confused. I want you to be.
Yeah. Like,
So, what is the confusion? Can you just share? Let's talk.
yes. The confusion I
Just,
have.
just express yourself. Say something. This is a class, so be free.
Yes, I have. I have read that the X chromosome and the Y chromosome they have all. They have 50 chances. So for determining the sex,